Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afternoon Tune. I'm your host, Josh, and today I got my co-host, Dusk. What's going on there, Dusk?
Hey, I'm all right. How about you?
Pretty good. Got a good show. Got a couple reviews today. Something light today, nothing too heavy. And then that's about it today. And then no news there. I'm gonna discuss some. I know the Tokyo Showcase is coming. I think maybe this week.
Yeah,
And
it's the
so that's
next big one coming up.
Yeah. So I'm going to discuss that with Sage, that Tokyo Showcase. And then I'm going to discuss the Jimmy Kimmel stuff with him Monday. So I'll do that Monday with him. So I'll do that with him. But
Surprised you're covering it.
I guess everybody's doing it. I guess everybody's covering it. So
Sure.
I'll do that. And then yeah. And then also with Sage Monday, I got to figure out what we're going to do because we did the mid-season review of Peacemaker. Oh, instead of Monday, I just remember we're gonna do Wednesday because
Oh,
Alien Earth is gonna end Tuesday. So we'll do a wrap up of that Wednesday and everything. So a season 1 review of Alien Earth. So that ends there. Have you been keeping up with it, right?
nah. I haven't really been keeping up with Alien Earth too much.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You didn't see did you see the premiere or did you see
Oh, I saw
nothing?
the premiere, and then I just kind of like, okay, I'll wait till it's done.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So I stopped at episode 4 because we are gonna do a mid-season review of it,
Right.
but I haven't watched the rest of it. So now that also I have to go and watch the rest of it. But do that Wednesday, do the news Wednesday. I think that maybe that's gonna be the only thing to review. I'll see if I can review and finish Lazarus by the time because Sage has already seen it. And then I'll see if we can do that. That's a new Watanabe show, the creator
Mm.
behind Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. And then also I'll see if he'll be done with Dexter Resurrection. That's the latest Dexter series. I know I've followed Dexter all the way up until this point. I saw all the seasons of the original show.
In
So I
for a
was like,
penny, in for a pound at this point. Suck
yeah.
and sauce fallacy, really.
And I did see the reboot, New Blood. I did see that one, and I think we reviewed that. I think me and Nick did a
The start
review.
was good.
Yeah, you didn't. You just didn't like the ending.
Nah,
Okay.
I wasn't a
Yeah.
fan of the ending, but you know what? I'll give it this. I have seen the premiere of the current Dexter. It's a fresh start, and they're at least like treating it like, okay, let's just kind of start from the ground and work our way ourselves back up.
Yeah, I saw some people there, some critics talk about it that
Mm.
I follow, and they seem to like it. They said this is, peak Dexter. That's what kind of got me interested
Yeah,
to watch it.
I would say Resurrection is better than New Blood so far, and then it went, yeah. Let's just kind of throw out all the stuff that didn't quite work, and let's just start from ground zero and kind of get back to basics.
Mm,
We'll see how
yeah.
long that lasts, but so far it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is like the first couple of seasons of Dexter.
And which episode are you on?
I'm only on like the first one. I haven't really seen too much.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen all of it. It took me just like a day or two. It's 10 episodes.
Mm.
They do set up I don't think I don't know if they've announced it yet, but it does set up like another season that could
Oh
be
yeah, I have no doubt.
of this. But it's a fun kind of premise. It's in New York.
Mm.
It's a much different locale for him than Miami.
Oh yeah,
So there is that.
different vibe entirely.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty much back to basics. He's got Harry with him again.
Hmm.
Did you like it in New Blood where it was Deborah instead of Harry, or
I
you just
was okay with it.
okay. Yeah. It was something different.
Yeah, that's really what kind of made it interesting.
Yeah. But here we have what's his name? James Remar,
Mm.
who's back here again as Harry, who's his conscience there. Is Jiminy Cricket in the
Yeah.
show. But it's a good cast of characters. You got Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage is in it. Neil Patrick Harris, so good character actors kind of come in the
Sure.
show.
Yeah.
So it's a good watch. I think I wouldn't say it's up there with some of the best seasons of Dexter, but I think it's a good
No.
season.
At least
Um,
not from again. I've only seen the first episode, but it's better than the premise would align at the moment. I was moderately surprised. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'll watch more of this.
Yeah. So let me know what you think when you finish
I
it.
will. I appreciate it.
What you think there? So if he can finish it, yeah, by Wednesday we'll do Dexter Resurrection.
Mm,
We'll do Alien Earth. So we'll do both
yeah.
those, and we'll do some news there. Next Friday, I'm excited. One battle after the other. I'm hearing amazing things about this movie. It's the new Paul Thomas Anderson film. There, it's getting rave reviews. People say it's the best movie of the year. So I can't wait for that one. That's coming out next week. So I'm really excited for that one. What else I think comes out next week? Let me go to my AMC app there. What comes out there? But are you looking forward to one battle after another?
Uh, I'll have to wait and see, honestly.
Okay. Well, it's that shitty movie coming out. The Strangers Chapter 2. Well, I don't know if it's shitty yet, but I did not.
We saw the previous one.
Yeah. That one, The Strangers Chapter 2. They're making a
Yeah, me and Nick
trilogy.
went. Yeah, me and Nick went over it. The first Strangers was a good, solid, pretty good horror movie, and the second one was like okay, and they could have just stopped there, and then they went for a third, and then they did this one, the reboot, which was awful, and so they're trying to make a new trilogy of this new awful one, and I'm like, all right, good luck.
Yeah, so that's coming out. So, I'll see if I can see that Friday
Knock yourself out.
before Friday. There, I'll just see if I can check that out. So that's the two releases coming
Mm,
out next week. You got one battle after the other, and you got Strangers Chapter 2. So that's the big one
mm,
there. So yeah, I can't wait to go see that. Awesome stuff there. So yeah, but already being considered for awards. People saying like, hey, this is going to probably be a big awards contender. We, like I said, last week that we talked about that, like this is coming October, November.
mhm,
A lot of movies are going to start coming out, ramping up for award season. So it's going to be a lot of movies dropping there
mm,
and everything. But yeah. And also, like I said, I'm going to watch A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, Colin Farrell, Margot Robbie. I'll see it this weekend and review it Friday. I'll see it then there. You don't have to see it if you don't want to there. But
got it.
I'll check it out there and see. I mean, I've seen plenty of trailers for it. I don't
Mhm.
exactly know what the fuck is happening in the movie. It's like, okay, I know it's Margot Robbie, it's Colin Farrell, and okay, I don't
Sure, why not?
going through portals, I guess, and
I Yeah.
I was like, all right, I
I
don't.
was like, "What are we on the premise of, Peacemaker?
Yeah, he's going through doorways
Just going through doorways and portals?
to
She's
alternate dimensions.
Margot Robbie shooting herself?"
Yeah. So I don't exactly know what this movie's about,
Mm.
but yeah. But maybe that's fun. Sometimes you walk into a movie, don't know all what it's about.
Yeah.
So that could be kind of fun there.
Used to do that back in the early days. There would be a random showing, and you never know what you get.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got hidden gems, sometimes it was B-movie trash.
yeah. Oh shit. I had
It's alright.
I clicked the video on my. I heard you repeat yourself. I was like, wait, why is Dust repeating himself? And I was like, oh shit, I clicked the fucking audio on the other thing. But yeah, so but maybe it could be good. Maybe it's solid. I don't think I've seen the reviews anything for it. So yeah.
Mm,
But yeah, so that's what we got coming up Friday there. Oh, by the way, we're gonna do a Robert Redford movie. I had Neil, I'll talk to him about it. I got a poll up right now,
mm.
twitter.com, because Robert Redford recently
Yeah,
passed
he just
away.
passed away.
He was 90 something years old, I think 90,
Legend.
95.
Yeah, he was up there.
So yeah, he recently passed away too. Oh no, he was 89. He was
He's
89 years old.
still legend.
Yeah, legendary, iconic actor there, been in many classic films.
Oh, yeah.
For the poll, I got Butch Cassidy and the
Oh,
Sundance
it's
Kid.
classic.
I think I have seen that one, but it's been a long
A
time
long
since I've
time. It
since
has one of the greatest freeze frame endings of all time.
yeah. I have that one. I also have All Is Lost, which is one of his newer ones. There. I also have The Sting,
Mm.
and then I also have All the President's Men.
Oh,
So
All the Person's Men is great.
I haven't seen that one. I've never seen that one before.
It's a good one. It's a good solid movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, classic legendary actor Robert Redford there passed away 89 years old. So people want to vote on the poll of which retro Robert Redford movie we should review. That is the list there. And check it out there. Very awesome. Also, Tron, a new Tron is coming out. I got a retro review for that.
Aries.
Tron Ares, correct there. And that
Have
one's
you seen the
coming out.
previous Trons?
Yes, I have.
Nice.
So we'll have I have a poll up for that as well, which Tron we should review. It's going back and forth between Tron 1982 and Tron Legacy. I have not watched these in years, like Tron
Mhm.
Legacy. I think I only watched it when it first came out, and I've never watched it again.
I own
So
the vinyl soundtrack to Legacy.
yeah, because that was what
Daft
not
Punk, baby.
oh Daft. I was gonna say Nine Inch Nails. Okay,
No,
Daft.
the Nine Inch Nails is for this one,
Oh, okay.
Aries.
And Daft Punk is for the okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good soundtrack, really good one.
Oh, phenomenal soundtrack. Daft Punk hits every single time, and they did not fail with this one. It's one of the few movie soundtracks where you can put in the soundtrack and it just takes you through the entire movie.
Mm.
Visually in your head, you know every single scene that went through. Uh,
And what did you think about the movie itself?
I thought the movie was fair. I liked a lot of elements of it. I liked Sam Flynn. I liked him as a usually that doesn't work, but I actually quite liked him as a character. I actually don't think there's enough scenes with Sam and Jeff Bridges Flynn. With I don't think there's enough scenes of the father and son interacting. I love the soundtrack. I like the style that they did. I wish there was more Tron in Tron. Uh, I thought the premise itself is interesting. A lot of it works. It's so much so that I just want more. I wanted more Jeff Bridges scenes with Sam and them together, and I wanted more scenes with Tron because he barely kind of shows up in the movie about Tron. But I mean, to be fair, even in the original Tron, it's about Jeff Bridges' character, not necessarily Tron's character, who is the
Mm.
avatar of the other main character. But I like the premise of the son of Flynn, him Jeff Bridges making a version of himself that's different, and I think a lot of those elements are really cool and interesting. And the soundtrack and the designs for everything were really great.
Mm.
Tron is unfortunately one of those IPs that I absolutely find fascinating, and each are
Okay.
impressive in the times that they come out. Tron had one of the best first person shooters, underrated one made by Raven Software, Tron 2.0. Tron also had the arcade game way back in the 70s. That's the light cycle. That one's was really big in the discus throw from Atari way back in the day. I only know about those because of retro collections and hearing about it. Tron also had, if I recall, a TV series, animated TV series on Disney that apparently was really good, but did not chart well, and so they did not get a season 2 or didn't get a continuation because it ends on a cliffhanger. Tron is just one of those series where it has a really dedicated fan base and it's really well remembered. And it's really interesting, but yeah, Uprising, and it just doesn't capture a wider audience despite how interesting the premise is or
Why is
what
everybody
they
like
do.
6 feet tall in this show?
I don't know. That's the animation style they went with. I've been told I haven't fully seen Uprising, but I was told Uprising is pretty darn good for what it is, and that it didn't get a extended series because it didn't it just didn't get a wider fan base. It didn't sell toys,
Mm.
which usually when you make an animated show, that's what you make your money in is the toy sales.
Yeah. Well,
So,
they're gonna do the
mhm.
the light cycle popcorn bucket. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. Go ahead, show it to me.
Yeah, they're doing that with this new promotion for it.
I will tell you, I don't know if you know about this, but they're releasing Tron, the original 1982, and Legacy on 4K Blu-ray
Okay.
for the event. They just released them on new Blu-ray, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to grab that. That's like not bad. That's not bad. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know how much popcorn you can fit in it.
Not a lot. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Not a
probably
lot.
not a lot.
But you know what? It's a nice cycle design, and I approve. That's cool. It's a cool
Yeah.
design. Oh,
So,
that's really old school. Did you see the one in the with the circle on the left? The left, yeah, the bottom right there.
this
Yeah,
oh,
with the arcade cabinet and all that. That is
uh,
really old school.
yeah. Wow, they got an arcade cabinet popcorn bucket? Oh,
I don't know. That's what I'm kind of curious at. I don't see any other form of it. Looks
oh.
like a tiny arcade. Yeah. What
Yeah,
the?
so it's gonna be a, Tron
Air.
Ares arcade cabinet popcorn bucket.
That's
Okay.
actually pretty cool. That actually is really cool.
This, collectible is expected to be priced between 49.99 and 59.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow. Alright. I
It
mean,
reminds me of the Gladiator 2 popcorn bucket where the AR uh, code that you could see, like, you could use your phone to see
Gladiator fight?
gladiators fighting. That
Yeah.
actually was really cool.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah, that
cool.
was really cool.
There I think the one I'm gonna get next is probably the Chainsaw Man one. That one looks really
Mm.
cute. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if you probably don't watch Chainsaw Man.
No, I've seen some of it. I read the manga initially way back when.
This is the one they got for,
Mm.
Chainsaw Man. This one looks pretty cute.
Uh, yeah, of course.
So that one's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the only things you could make a bucket out of, I guess, all things considered. I mean,
Well,
there's a lot of stuff they could. I said that they could make it that would be wide appeal.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of freaky shit that happens in
Oh my
Chainsaw.
god, yeah. And the anime doesn't even cover the manga parts.
Yeah. But, Tron Ares, I think that's coming out in,
Relatively soon.
yeah, relatively soon. I think it's coming like early October, October 10th.
Yeah,
October.
I'm actually really excited for it. I'm rewatching Tron 1 and 2. I just about to order the Blu-rays. I'm checking them out to make sure they're good
Mm,
so I can rewatch them in preparation.
nice. Yeah. I don't. I don't know what Tron Ares is about. I've seen the
I have
trailers.
no idea.
It's,
It will not be a sequel to the story and legacy that they set up in a sort of cliffhanger. They will
mm,
Sam Flynn and they're just not going to continue his story apparently. Although they say they honor it. Like no, no, no. The events of those movies did happen. We're just focusing on something else.
I guess to me it looks like I guess
Yeah.
Jared Leto and his team of
Yeah.
sexual a robots are taking over the Earth or something like that.
Yeah, that's like Tron World invading into the real world, which is an interesting premise. So they're doing like a pseudo sequel where it's a spiritual successor in a way where legacy ended and people are like, well, you're going to do a sequel. From what I've been told, apparently it was conceived that they might do a sequel, but they considered it a one shot at the time, just in case.
Mhm.
So I'm still interested in seeing what happened to Sam Flynn and the girl. But
Yeah. What was that? Olivia Wilde,
yeah,
right?
Olivia Wilde, I can't remember her character's name. It's been a hot second.
I remember almost nothing about
That's
Tron.
fine. Like
Tron Legacy.
the only reason I know about Sam Flynn is because the song "The Son of Flynn" and Flynn, the main character, Jeff Bridges. So
I think is how you pronounce this Cora? Is that
yeah,
his name?
Cora. That's right, Cora. Yeah. So I'm curious to see what their story went, but I also don't trust Disney right now and how they probably treat them like crap. So
Mm.
I'm like, you know what? That's for the best. Just do your own thing. It existed in this world. These things are happening. They have their own story that we have yet to tell. We're just gonna tell a future story of something else. Uh, although Leto, oh my god,
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto is kind of one of those actors where it's a actor slash musicians who you go, this is either going to be a hit or a miss.
Mm.
He has way more misses than he has hits, but I'm okay. Like a lot of people were upset, or at least some people were upset. Like, oh, they're not going to get Daft Punk back. I'm like, Daft Punk outdid themselves with the soundtrack and the previous one.
Weren't they
Uh,
also didn't they do a cameo in the movie too?
yeah, absolutely. They're
Yeah.
DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're DJs in it. Daft Punk's essence is all over that legacy, and that's not the vibe they're going with this movie. And Nine Inch Nails, Trevor, he's a I mean, he Nine Inch Nails are a great band. They have their own style, and for a more aggressive synth style or more aggressive rock synth, I guess if that's what they're trying to do with Ares, which is the god of war, Greek god of war, that's
Mm.
the way to do it. So Nine Inch Nails is not a bad choice. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do.
Yeah. So it seems like I don't know. I guess this Evan Peters, his character is like, I was like, hey, we can bring this AI thing into the real world,
I
and then
mean,
they're
to be
like,
fair, Evan Peters' character would do that.
yeah. I don't know if is he playing a character from the legacy
Yeah,
of
I don't know, he's got, like, general bad guy vibes. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
well, he was Jeffrey Dahmer, so
Yeah, exactly, so,
uh
whatever. Surprised he's not a speedster, he'll get a light cycle scene maybe.
Julian Dillinger is his character's name.
Okay.
He's the leader of the Dillinger systems and grandson of Ed Dillinger.
Oh, okay, yeah, then that totally makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So he is playing a legacy character,
Yeah, he's playing a
right?
legacy character, sure.
Yeah.
Look, at
Uh,
the end of the day, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm interested to see if it doesn't suck. That's all I'm hoping for. I just hope it doesn't suck.
yeah.
That's all you can
Uh,
hope for these days.
that's all you can hope for. Yeah, that's
And
all
we
you can
spent
hope
20
for.
minutes talking about Aries because we're delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I got there. So
Yeah.
that and whatever wins, do a retro review of that. And then also it is Hispanic Heritage Month. I got reviews. I got poll up right now. Movies. I got Coco. I got In the Heights. I got Desperado, and I got Pan's Labyrinth. That's what I got.
Oh,
Um,
good. Solid choices.
looks like Pan's Labyrinth is running away. Nobody's voting for. I'm surprised. Nobody voted for Coco. Nobody voted for In the Heights. I'm surprised. Coco's pretty big.
I mean,
Um,
Coco is big.
yeah, I never seen Coco.
You've
Uh,
you've never seen Coco?
no,
I'm
I
actually
haven't.
surprised.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
I'm s
it's a good movie. It's probably the last good Pixar movie.
yeah, so, yeah, I haven't seen I heard it's really amazing. It'll
Oh
make
no,
you
it's a
cry.
very emotional movie. It's very good. Like I said, it was the last one I think John Lasseter worked on before he got kicked out.
Mm, okay.
Um,
Why did he got kicked out? Because he was, like, a perv, right, or
okay,
something?
so that's not completely true. Those were all alleged, and they have never produced any actual evidence to show other than two specific things. The man liked to drink at parties, and when he would drink at those parties, he sometimes liked to hug his colleagues, aka give them a hug, welcome them, and hug them, and that's about it.
Okay,
Like
that was it?
literally, that was it. This is during the Me Too thing, so they just found an excuse, said he touched me inappropriately. I'm like, how? Well, he gave me a hug, and I didn't necessarily ask for it. And I'm like, oh, in a group setting with a bunch of everybody, and they're all staring at you. Did he do that in private? No, he did it with everybody in front of me. Oh,
Mm,
okay. And so, but Disney basically kicked him to the curb as soon as they could, got him replaced, and then he went and now works for Skydance and heads Skydance's animation. And Skydance is about to just bought Paramount.
and what, movies have Skydance came out with?
If I recall, the first one they did with Lasseter was Lucky. And
Have not seen that one.
that one's okay. It's all right. It's about a girl who basically has no luck and she meets a black cat and then some shit. Look, I'm gonna
Okay.
be honest. It's like okay, whatever. And then the other one was Skybinder, I think. That one was
Spellbound.
Spellbound.
You were way off
Yeah, whatever.
Skydiver.
I was thinking of Spyro and shit. I don't know with its Skybinder
Spellbound.
crap.
It's like
Spellbounder. Yeah, Spellbound. That I don't know what. That one was a Netflix. They released that on Netflix as well, and that didn't do too terribly great. It's not a bad movie, but apparently it just didn't do
this
great.
is like this animation is like mobile ad game
Yeah, that's like
animation.
another thing people. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what happened. I don't know the story about that, but those are the two animations they've done so far.
Okay.
Uh, but they're putting all their eggs in the basket for Skydance, and Skydance is now about to absorb Paramount.
Mm,
So
okay.
I don't know. And then
Yeah. So right,
God
yes.
help us all these different corporations merging.
Yeah. Okay. Um yeah, it says so the other projects they got in development, Puku.
Sure,
Um they got that coming out 2026. So something to look forward to there for you, Dustin.
sure. Why not? I hope one of them's good.
Yeah. So he's not directing anything, he's just only producing it, John
No, he just
Lasseter.
helps produce it. He basically gives his, from what I've told, Skydance has allowed the other artists to kind of do their thing, and he just gives guidance
Okay.
because he's head of Skydance overall.
Okay, so he's a boss. He's the
Yeah,
boss.
he's the boss.
Okay. He's
He's the
the
animation head overall. He doesn't
oh,
do
okay.
the individual. He just helps produce, and then you bring in things, and he gives his pitch, or he like, "Oh, this is a good concept, but I would do this, this, and this," and they try to adhere to it, or maybe don't. I don't know.
Mm, okay. All right. So that's what we got there. Yes, we got there for that. So hopefully people vote on those. See
Mhm.
what review next. All right, let's get into those reviews and head out of here. Afterwards, we got some good people who can raid after this. The chill spot he's on right now.
Yeah.
He's watching a movie. He usually sometimes watches movies on stream.
Okay. What's he watching?
Um, he's watching that movie with what's his name again? That guy with the big ass head. I'm trying to think of the movie he was in. I think his name is what, Matt Dillon, I think.
Matt
Um,
Matt Dillon.
yeah,
Okay.
Matt Dillon. The house that Jack built. That's what it is.
Oh god, he's watching that?
Yeah, I've never seen it. Have you seen it?
No. I know of it.
Yeah, he's like a what, a serial killer or something in it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what Chill is watching. I don't know why he's watching it, but that's this was watching a random ass movie. But yeah, so he's watching that. Then who else is on right now? Geek Dom, he's on. He's playing that Hell is Us. That game just came out. Geek Dom, a
I've
friend
heard good
from.
things about Hell is Us. Also, the reason he's probably watching the house that Jack built. Oh, I just saw the poster of it. Yeah, that it's a Lars von Trier movie.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
that's why anyone will watch that movie is because it's a Lars von Trier movie.
Oh no,
It's about a
sorry.
guy who has OCD and he's a failed architect, and
Mm,
yeah, you could pretty much guess what the themes are.
okay, he makes buildings out of people's bodies or something.
Basically, it's like
Okay.
basically it's also like a figurative and literal focus on the sins of an individual and literally and figuratively making their own house in hell.
Mm, okay, gotcha. All right. So yeah, that's what Chill's doing over there. And then Geek Dom,
Mm.
he's playing, like I said, he's doing Hell is Us. Yeah, I've heard good things about Hell is Us as well. Heard good things about that. That's a new game that released. Silent Hill's gonna be coming out next week. This upcoming week. Sage from Rated M for Immaturity, his console broke, but he has a new console now.
Mm.
So he's got a new one. So that was devastating for him to lose his console, given all the content he does there.
Oh yeah.
So he was able to get it. He's got a new one. And then I said I'll probably ship him Silent Hill F because he,
Oh, that's nice of you.
can't afford it right now. So
I
he'll
hope
pay that.
I've seen some gameplay demo of it. I hope it's good, although what it's about is less interesting to me. I hope it becomes more interesting. I like the initial premise, and then when they've revealed a little bit more, at least I don't know if it's a mistranslation. And I'm like, oh, I hope it's just not that one note.
I mean, the reviews, Sage showed me some early reviews. It's getting high marks.
I hope so. Again, I think Silent Hill is a fantastic premise, and I want more of it because I think it's a really fantastic premise, and that it's always a psychological horror series.
Yeah. I saw
So
Maximilian, dude. I saw him play. He did some playthrough stuff of it.
yeah, he was a scared baby.
Yeah, I mean that's how I am when I play. I haven't made through Silent Hill 2 yet because I'm
Oh,
scared
come
as
on,
fuck.
really?
Yeah, I'm scared as fuck, man. It's a scary ass game. Hey, man, that
I,
game's
I'm
scary.
used to I'm used to horror games and stuff. Even when I played a Dead Space back in the day, or I've replayed it, the jump scares, all they do is just jump me a bit, and like, oh god dang it! But I don't get like scared.
Yeah, I'm on the part where you're in the prison. I'm in that part.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
in that.
yeah. I mean that's fair. That's just fair. You don't want to play a scary game that's not scary. Play Subnautica. If you have a fear of the water or the ocean,
Mm,
that's gonna
Subnautica.
freak you out.
Yeah, I don't think I have a fear of that. I mean, I can't swim,
I
but
mean,
I
yeah,
don't.
like
I'm
you
not
don't
afraid
have
of
to have the
drowning.
fear of the ocean to also be afraid of the ocean.
True. It
I
is.
can't see into the depths of there. I don't I don't see anything in here. This is not good.
uh, So yeah.
Yeah,
So,
this was probably the turning point for Blooper. Uh
I
Blooper
heard.
was yeah, because Blooper made a bunch of other stuff, and they already made some like other the Medium was the previous one, and Layers of Fear and all of the stuff, and then they just released Chronos, which I've heard like good to mix things on. It's an
Mm.
original thing. It's basically Silent Hill meets Dead Space meets a few other things.
Yeah, I heard
Uh,
this was okay. Yeah, it was
yeah, I've
just
heard it
fine.
was solid. Okay, you know what? I will take new solid. Okay horror. I'll take it because you know why? You know why not? And it's an interesting idea. Also, don't tell me that porthole doesn't look like suspiciously like a female genitalia.
Where do I see it? It's
Go back. You'll see it when step out. Don't tell me that helmet hole doesn't.
oh, the helmet. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I see that.
there's
Okay.
a lot of imagery like that in the game apparently, where there's imagery about body horror and uh, that kind of stuff. Hey, I mean, why
Okay.
not? You know, if HR Giger can do it, so can
Mm.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, vaginas are pretty scary. Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
that's very true. Yeah. So yeah, I heard it was okay. So I'll maybe just wait for the price to go down
Oh
because
yeah.
I know we looked at it, the previews of it when it was at game shows and everything
Mhm.
like that, and went like, oh yeah, this looks interesting, but I'll maybe wait for the price to go down and maybe check it out and
Yeah.
play it. Yeah. So yeah, so there's that. But yeah, so good people to rate after the stream
Mhm.
and good people to follow. So hopefully the chill spot's on. Still have to on after this. All right, let me pull up my notes for this. We go ahead and dive in. And we're gonna do Spinal Tap, then we're gonna do him, and we'll head out of here. So let me pull up my notes for this review. Very good there. Uh, and we got a bunch of reviews up on the channel right now, youtube.com, the afternoon tune. Just type that in and you'll be able to
Mhm.
look at some reviews there. We just our review of The Conjuring, The Last Rites. That just posted today. Some people want to take a look at that.
Go check it out. We had a blast.
Yeah, good time reviewing it. Yeah, good time. Not good time seeing the movie, but good time reviewing it.
We had a great time talking about it.
All right, people. So our first review of the day is going to be for the film Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. This is a
Electric
sequel.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo there. This is the 41-year later sequel to the first Spinal Tap movie. This is Spinal Tap, which came out in 1984. We did a retro review for it. I did it with a special guest Conan Neutron there, part of Movie Night Extravaganza, and we had a blast reviewing it. Looking at this older movie there, all the jokes, all the references in it. It being this mockumentary style, they're commentating on music at the time and all these rock documentaries, all these big extravagant bands that were doing all these elaborate sets and everything like that. We had just really a blast talking about it. And we did it obviously in preparation for this sequel that's going to be
Mhm.
coming out. And is this movie all these years later, do the same people, because you got all the people returning, they're all still alive 41 years later.
Yeah, most
Are
of them.
Yeah, most of them are still alive there. I mean, there's some other people they talk about who couldn't make it back for the sequel. They do mention like, oh, this is the daughter of so and so, or
Yeah.
this is the person there. But for the most part, the main crew they all return. You have Christopher Guest who comes back as Nigel. You got Michael McKean who comes back as David, and you have Harry Shearer comes back as Derek Smalls there.
Mhm.
And then they're coming back. So this in this sequel, what happens is obviously they're much older. They've all kind of mostly moved on from being musicians now. They all have these regular kind of weird side jobs. Nigel makes cheese, and you have Harry who runs like an antique shop for what was it? It was like
Glue.
glue and shit like
Museum of
that.
Glue.
Museum of glue. So they all do these weird kind of
Oh, he
strange.
also performs in a Philharmonic orchestra
Mm.
about toupees.
So he also does that.
Hell toupee.
Yeah, so he also does that. So then it comes out that hey, they're gonna do a big reunion tour. They're gonna do
It's in
this
the
big.
contract.
It's in the contract, so they give an excuse of why they have to bring all these people back together. And they establish that a lot of these people they haven't talked to each other in numerous decades there. So this is going to be the first time they've seen each other in many, many years. And what is that going to be like? There's some tension between Nigel and David. And how is that all going to work out? In the midst of them getting prepared for this new tour, of course, they need a drummer. Their drummer died, as typically happened a lot during their days. So they're also on a quest for that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So Dusk, what are your thoughts? 21 years later, this sequel. Spinal Tap
Uh,
2, the end continues.
I thought it was okay.
Mm.
It's not as I mean, the original This Is Spinal Tap is one of the funniest underrated mockumentaries ever made. It was one of Rob Reiner's earliest movies, if not his first, if I can recall. He had been an
Um,
actor in previously and famously in All in the Family as a meathead, as the son-in-law to Archie Bunker. He's directed some of my favorite films of all time, including The Princess Bride, which is one of the best fantasy comedy movies ever made. And he returns 40 something years later to do this. And my first question is why? After all these years, you have established a huge classic that everyone in the rock community, everyone in the wide world who's watched it quotes constantly. The goes up to 11 joke. It was so was so prevalent that every single person in rock mentions that. But it goes to 11. Every
mm,
single one has seen anyone who's interested in music has watched Spinal. This is Spinal Tap, even a little bit. It is absolutely brilliant in how understated its comedy is, and also being a documentary at that time and making fun of those, but also having some heart, but also just being completely off its rocker at the same time and making fun of itself and being ridiculous while trying to take itself seriously. It's a lightning in a bottle. So trying to recapture that 40 something years later is going to be extremely difficult already off the bat. So to ask that all these years later for a sequel, well, you must have one hell of an idea for a sequel. And that's just it. It's just it's just not it's not a bad movie, but it's just the premise is very terribly simple. Got to get the band back together. We have to do one more show. Why? Because it's in a contract during a loophole. Okay. We had a falling out. Okay. Are we ever going to really address that fully? Kind of. How much is that going to affect us when the truth comes out? For about 10 minutes, less than that maybe, and then it's
mm.
resolved. Oh, all right, time to run the show.
Um, yeah, I mean, so I'll just say right off the bat,
Yeah.
it's not as good as the first Spinal Tap movie,
No.
right? I mean, it
It
you
never
know,
was going to be.
that's a hard act to follow.
Exactly.
It's one of the greatest comedies ever.
Mhm.
It's one of the greatest mockumentaries ever. Like you said, and even the guest Conan, who I had on the show, he's a musician and he talked about that as well. Your point of this is the musician's movie of all musicians. People in rock bands quote Spinal Tap and know Spinal Tap like the back of their hand and have seen it. It's like required viewing
Yeah.
for musicians there. So it just was like this big love letter to that. And then in the sequel, and we even speculated like, what would the sequel be about?
Yeah.
What will it commentate on all these years later? Like what's going on in modern day music that you
Right.
could really make something out of? And I think it doesn't really capitalize on any of that kind of
No,
stuff.
it
Like,
doesn't
okay,
even
they
try.
it does a reunion thing of like, okay, old band that it comes back to do a reunion,
Mhm.
like we see a lot of bands do, like Rolling Stones or Zeppelin or whoever you want to
They
name.
could have made a really great they do it. There's a brief moment where I thought the movie was gonna go in this direction. I thought, "Oh, that's actually pretty brilliant." There's this 40, 30 years later, we wanna dig up these characters and people. We wanna do this thing together and try and recapture the magic many, many, many years later. And they kinda commented on it a little bit. There's a few moments they comment on it, but there's one specific scene where they really go into it and talk about it. And I'm like, "Oh, are they gonna make fun of that's the kind of movie that they're making an overly, like, almost, sympathetic and nostalgia baiting kind of, mockumentary, and it's like, "Oh, this we're cherished old friends, and we've seen all this," and it's just hidden under the surface, and they're making fun of all that, and it's like, "No, this movie it's too it feels too earnest in what it is. It doesn't feel clever enough to do that." And so what I thought would have been, "Oh, this is a great commentary," goes, "No, they're just playing this straight."
Mm. And I mean, the people in this movie, I mean, that are these characters,
I mean, I love
um,
to see them.
love to see them, and they love playing these characters. Like they will
They're
play
actually
them.
talented singers.
Yeah, and then all of them actually play music and sing in real life, and so that's all them singing and
Yeah.
playing the instruments. And you'll see they'll play the characters even outside of a movie, like when they do interviews, and they've done that for many, many
Oh,
years.
yeah. You could make
Yeah.
a it would actually been better if they made a compilation of all the different interviews that they ever did and released it as "This is Spinal Tap, the end continues," and it's just
Mm.
them throughout the years and all their different things, all the different interviews.
Oh yeah,
That
that
would've
would
been more interesting.
because they do some great interviews in
Oh, yeah, they
character and
do. I would watch
um
it.
yeah. So that's I mean, I think that's really great. So I don't think it's a sequel that doesn't have lack of passion, I don't think, because I
Right.
think they still like playing the
Oh, it's
characters.
very clearly they do.
But I just don't think there's really any ideas here that are really worth a whole
The
movie.
Yeah. The biggest problem with this movie is it doesn't have bite.
Mm,
The original one was making fun of, but there was a definite love and passion for music. There was a love and passion for the rock scene. There was a love and passion for that aspect, both from the actors playing the characters, being also musicians in their own right, being talented in their own right, but also having the right actors, the right comedians at that time, the people there, the character actors, and Rob Reiner being fresh faced and off of being in television and also being interested in the rock scene. And it was lightning in a bottle. All these people worked on this together. And because Rob Reiner had a little bit of cynicism and he wanted to throw that in, but he still cared, and you could see there was bite. There was still bite and pushing back and fighting, and they wanted to. It was almost kind of like rocky and rebellious, but it was also making fun of itself, and it knew what it was making fun of. But it was also like very good because these people were in that world and they liked it, but they also understood its flaws and were making fun of it. This is like if you took all the teeth away, and it's
mm.
just, oh, we're gonna play, and oh yeah, it's great being here. It's great seeing everybody together. And oh yeah, of course. And I make cheese. And like, don't get me wrong, the cheese joke is funny. At and even there's another scene with the guitar and cheese, and I'm like, okay, sure. It's a little
Mm.
absurd, but you know what, why not? But I just like, what's the point? Like,
And
what's the point of us being here?
and I mean the jokes there, I mean, they're chuckle worthy. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
things that did make me chuckle, and I was like, "Oh, okay, hey, that's pretty decent," you know. Like there's a moment where they're trying to recruit members of to be their drummer, and
Oh
they,
yeah.
have this, cameo fest of all these famous drummers like Questlove and the
Red
drummer
Hot Chili Peppers,
from Red Hot Chili Peppers there.
Metallica.
Um, Yeah, and the drummer from Metallica, they got there as well. So they have all these, and then one of the drummers is talking to the daughter of the person that was their old I think PR person there. And she says, "Well, how's your dad? And is he happy or is he up?" And then you have Derek Smalls who comes in and says, "No, he's more on the down since he's dead." And I just thought, that was like a chuckle worthy kind of moment
Yeah, it's
there.
like,
And there's
okay, that's
some
pretty
stuff
good.
like that in the movie, that's just kind of quick and kind of comes by. Or when they're talking about them not being in the Hall of Fame, and then they said they just got a letter in the mail that just said "fuck off" on it.
Yeah.
Like just like kind of little stuff like that. It's kind of funny, but other than that, it's like I mean, none of the jokes are as you. I don't think you're not going to be none of the jokes as memorable here in this as it was in the first Spinal Tap,
No.
which is a thing. Um,
And it's a
yeah.
shame. It's a crying shame because there's clearly passion here. But again, there's it just feels like a bunch of old men shuffling around or just kind of sitting most of the time and just kind of being these kind of older versions of these characters. And not that I don't mind them there, but there's a lack of energy almost. And I mean, you can't help it. You can't help it. You're filming characters many, many years later, but there's like parts where you're like, okay, yeah, it's hilarious. There's no moment where they're at an airline and the troubles of going to the airline and traveling, and then that scene with the metal detector. There's no
Mm,
moments where small little moments in the everyday thing of them being a rock band. That was the thing. It was you were watching a day in the life of a rock band as they're going to venue, to smaller venues, and it's spiraling. With
mm,
this, it's like we got one day. Oh, okay. Whereas
yeah.
like just to get there, Mr. Frodo, just to get there, all the different crazy things that happens. It's like they're there. They hardly take advantage of the where they're at, which is in Louisiana. And
Mm,
aside from like a few things, the place, they could have been anywhere, honestly. It
mm,
wouldn't have mattered. Uh they're really only there for like a couple of like chuckle worthy moments. I mean, I do appreciate in the very and this is it's so quick. I almost blinked in and missed it. There is a Rob Reiner introduces himself and is like, "Oh, I'm back, and I haven't made a documentary because I've been unable to get Hollywood work since I made the first film." And he's currently teaching at the Edwood School of Cinematic Arts. That's funny. I was like, "Oh, but that's like a chuckle worthy if you even know who Ed Wood is."
mm,
Ed
yeah,
Wood is considered one of the worst directors of all time. So so him being named after a cinematic school for arts is ironic. And it's like, oh, okay. But like I said, it's like a light chuckle. Huh.
yeah.
And
I
that's
mean,
about it. There's no it's all meta and there's no teeth to it. There's no it feels safe in a way.
mm,
There's no like I can't believe this. I mean, there's cursing in it, but there's no that I wanted that grit and they just it was too safe. Un, and even the whole situation of like, oh, we haven't spoken to each other in 15 years. We never got to see what made them not talk. It's all off screen.
mm,
It's
yeah.
all off screen. Like, oh, we split up at this date and time, like 15 years ago. Like, you guys were together for like 30 plus years after that, and then one thing happens. I understand what happened, but what one character thinks happened and is proven right later. And then they go into a whole situation. He gets mad about it, and then he comes right back and goes, "Yeah, sorry about that. I forgive you." I literally didn't do anything. Well, I forgive you for that too. I'm like, what? 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 That's what we were all. And then there's a twist later that reveals that, oh yeah, so that the thing happened, and you're like, what? That could have been something. You could have had that in the middle of the movie.
Mm.
Add some like tension in the damn thing.
Does that happen during like they reveal that twist at the credits or something? Or
Yeah.
okay, I kind of because the credits was going on, I kind of left. I was like,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah. If you want, I can spoil it, but I'll let
no,
you
you just yeah, just let me know afterwards.
I'll let
But
you know
yeah,
afterwards. But yeah, no, they do actually talk about it after the credits, in the after credits, and I'm like, why would you
oh,
wait for that in the after credits? When wouldn't that be a main point of the movie? That
mm,
would be like a main the mid turn in the movie, the downward turn before the rising climax. You
mm,
do okay. This is we're at our lowest point, and we this twist got revealed, and it's going crazy, and I don't know how to handle these people. And characters kind of show up in this movie and just leave. I don't know if you noticed it.
like when they're like try to do the mix of like having some cameo guests plus the old
Yeah.
cast to kind of come in.
Yeah, like,
'Cause-
that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that, but specifically, Carrie Goldman plays Hope Faith, who is, like, the daughter of the previous original manager. She brings someone else along who's a promoter, and and he played by Chris Edison as a Simon, and he's this, like, scummy piece of crap who doesn't care. Not only does he not care about music, he he can't recite any music at all. And you're
Mm,
like, okay, that could be interesting. He clearly is disdained the entire time, but he's promoting it because for reasons, because he just wants to, I guess, because he thinks it's an interesting experiment. I'm like, are we gonna do anything with that? No, he just doesn't like music. I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
And I guess, when you talk about bringing more of the modern elements into the
right.
movie of music, he kind of represents that of
He does.
like he tells them to dance like K-pop stars because that's what's hot right now.
Yes, like why would as a promoter, why would you? It makes no sense. He also tries to make an acapella rap group, which is the funniest thing in the entire thing.
Mm,
Okay, that's in the credits as well.
okay,
All like the stuff like that you left is brought up in the credits. I'll talk about
okay,
that later, but he does bring up that thing. It, it the entire movie feels like okay, I was trying to understand what this movie's trying to be the
mhm,
entire time, and about almost to the way of the end, I went, oh, I understand what this is. This is Rob Reiner. This isn't a sequel to Spinal Tap. This is a goodbye farewell tour to these characters.
Mm.
Rob Reiner is saying a goodbye. Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, Harry Shearer, they're going, all right, these are our characters. We've had these characters for so long. They've been a part of us. Uh, we're going to say goodbye and one last hurrah. And it's a little schmaltzy. Not much is really happening, but we're going to do one last big concert. And for once, things are kind of going to work out. And I'm
Mm.
like, okay, if it ends in a traditional way and then this way, I at least can give it that. I was like, okay, well, it was not what I was expecting, but oh well. But then the ending happens. And I'm like, oh, well, then you just wasted my time
Mm.
because the
So you
ending completely negates the whole buildup of what you were trying to do. That in a weird way, I
mm.
don't know how you felt about the ending.
I thought what happens at the end during the concert was kind of funny, and what winds up happening
Sure.
to them, that was a
Mhm,
little kind of funny, I think.
mhm.
Like you said, the whole stuff taken off screen of why they broke up. I mean, I don't know. Is that supposed to be a reference to sometimes bands break up and there's like this in
Sure, but it felt
the
like there was a
reason why?
lot more to it than that.
Mm.
Like,
So I don't
not
know.
just saying what's in it, of course, but why have that off screen?
Yeah.
Why
So,
not that be so much more of a focus?
mm, because like yeah, between the tension between the two of them,
Yeah.
I don't know why that wasn't
Why
more
even
of the
have it at all?
yeah.
It's to the point where like, well, why even have this? They could have just said, "Oh, we haven't spoken because" it literally could have been anything. They
Just
should have made
life.
it
Yeah.
stupidly simple. They should have made it like ridiculously simple. You know what you did? You used my hair dye at this point in time, and you knew whatever. I didn't use your hair dye. You use if you're gonna have it be that innocuous and it be so easily what hand waved and like I forgive you, then you might as well. That's the joke, where
Mm,
it's like you don't touch a rocker's hair dye. You don't talk. You don't touch my stuff. If
mm,
they're like something stupid, super simple, where you're like, what? You haven't spoken to this guy for 15 years because of that? And then at the very end, it's like, well, I forgive you. Well, okay. And so it's like how weirdly temperamental they are. That would have been like, okay, that's kind of funny. But then why not have that halfway in the movie? It doesn't matter. That whole thing didn't matter. The weird thing about the ending to me is it feels like a half cock
mm,
because if you want to have the schmaltzy ending, go all the way with it. You've already come this far. Just have the big concert, have the schmaltzy ending, and then everyone's kind of out, and then the thing whatever happens, and you're like, oh no, and we got to pay it, but we had a great concert and people want more, but we only had for one contract, but we also something happened in the concert, but it's all right, but it's a schmaltzy, it's a great ending, and like, oh well, maybe we'll do something, I don't know, maybe we'll do that, I'm not so sure, and you're like, kind of leave it on a okay, well, I didn't need the sequel, but at least it was like seeing these characters one more time, or uh you without spoiling it, something more dramatic happens and you go for a black comedy ending that completely is the inverse to the ending of the original and you tie it up full circle.
mm,
And if you went that route, it's oh, I may not like this, but it make the reason you were building up to a schmaltzy ending and then you kind of pull the rug out from under it so you can because you kind of hinted about that in the very beginning, it would make more sense. But because you kinda had something happen and it didn't go all the way with it, it feels half done. Feels half baked. It's
mm,
like you kinda tried to have your cake and eat it too, and it you just kinda go with so what was the point of this again?
yeah. And comedy sequels are hard. I mean,
Oh,
they're
extremely hard.
I mean, I can't really think of really great comedy. I mean, maybe there's a few, like, really
Very, very few. There are more bad comedy sequels than there are good comedy sequels. Like,
mm,
the most okay to mediocre world one was Wayne's World 2.
mm,
That's, like, the most okay sequel to the original Wayne's World,
yeah.
and it's not a bad movie, it's okay. It's not terrible, and that's the best you can kinda hope for a comedy sequel. Naked Gun is the only ones that really pulled that off.
Yeah, I'd
All 3
say
Naked Guns are great.
21 Jump Street does a really great
21
job.
Jump Street 1 and 2, yeah.
That does a great. The sequel is really great. I would kind of say
The
that
sequel's
with
actually almost better than the first one in some ways.
yeah. So, but it's
It's
tough
super rare.
to pull off a really great comedy sequel because the stuff that was great about the first one and laughed about it, then you try to kind of like, okay, do you repeat the same kind of thing
Right.
again or the scenario or like how are you going to mix it up again and put these characters in a new situation that's going to be equally, if not more funny?
But if you do something too alien, then it's not really a sequel.
Yeah.
It's a
Um,
hard balancing act. It's, sequels are almost always the same but different. That's usually the safest bet is the same but different, but even then, that has to have the fundamental understanding of what made the first movie good in the first place and trying to recapture that while also doing something slightly different.
yeah.
Uh, Adventurous sequels take what made the first one work and then naturally progress it, but that's incredibly hard, which is why even good sequels to begin with are hard to do in any genre.
Mm, yeah. So, I mean, that's already a daunting task.
Yeah,
All these years later, a sequel, plus it's a comedy sequel. Like
yeah,
that's also something there. Yeah, I mean, most of this movie is like I said, I mean, if you want just
mhm,
more Spinal Tap, if that's what you want, then maybe this is for you there.
yeah,
I was talking to Conan about it. He says like even if this is the worst movie ever for him, he still at least has the original Spinal Tap. Like that's
yeah.
always gonna be there for
Oh,
him.
yeah, the original's
Um
never going away.
so that'll always be a classic. You can't change that. Me, I'm not a humongous Spinal Tap fan, but I do love the movie. I do like This Is Spinal Tap, and I think it is a great comedy. I recognize the genius of that. And then with the sequel, it's just like, yeah, like we said, it's just kind of okay. It's just mediocre there.
Mhm.
There's some decent chuckles in it. But then it's, kind of also you got these cameos that come in like Paul McCartney. I mean, he has some good bits in it.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, Paul McCartney."
Yeah, and then there's Elton John that comes in it. He's kinda got a decent bit for a
Does a
bit, but
great the great song bit that they do, even though it's kind of nothing. I was happy just honestly, if they just made an album and didn't even make a full sequel and just said the end continues with an album, I would have bought the album.
mm,
They
okay.
could have just made a album and just had like some tracks with them talking back and forth on the album, like inserted tracks in between it, like some albums had. I'm like, oh, that would have been fine with me.
Mm, yeah,
Released on Spotify, release CDs, whatever.
yeah. I don't know, maybe if they release the Blu-ray for this, maybe the commentary would be funny.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
commentary would be funny.
maybe they'll maybe they
If they
can
do it
talk ab
in character, that'd be great.
yeah,
You might get better material of them being in character than they did in this movie.
yeah. So, for me, I mean, it's just kind of a plain stream it for me, for all that. What about you there? Final
This
thoughts, please.
is the definition of the word stream it. If stream it and rental and you're just going out and grabbing something, this movie doesn't destroy the my worst fear was that it would destroy the legacy of the of Spinal Tap. It doesn't do that at all. So thank goodness for that. Uh I wasn't mad that I saw it, but I did go, it's okay. I don't know why I went to the theater to see it, but it's good. It's fine. It kind of repeats the same beats pretty much, but not as energetic or enthusiastically. But there's clearly a passion and production there, and some production, I would say, not a lot. And there's some jokes that made me chuckle. The music itself is good, and if you're I'm more interested in the possible album release than anything, or a commentary about it more than the movie itself, or the riff tracks for it, I should say. But the movie itself is fine. It's definitely stream it worthy, and that's about as much praise as I can give it.
Mm, okay. So, yeah,
Yeah,
2
wasn't
just
a bad
fine.
movie by any means. Just not
No. I think it's about as maybe good as you could hope for, like
Yeah,
I
I
said, a
was about
comedy
to say
sequel in
that.
a movie all these years later. It's probably about as good as you could hope
Yeah,
for there.
it didn't do anything to destroy the old one. It did its own thing, and that's the best you can really hope for, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of rare that even you talk about just legacy sequels. It's kind of rare that those are even great. So
Yeah.
there's
Oh
very
yeah.
few of those
I
just in
mean,
general.
Cobra Kai is the only one really.
Um, well, there's Blade Runner. I like Blade Runner.
Oh,
That's
Blade Runner. Yeah, that's kind of different though.
yeah.
Blade Runner
Uh,
is a great movie, but a terrible sequel.
Yeah. You don't like what? You don't like 2049?
No, no, visually, the
Oh,
story, everything else with it is great. I think Dennis Villeneuve did a phenomenal job. The soundtrack, the mood, everything around it is fantastic. But being a sequel to Blade Runner itself, I don't think
uh,
it's a good sequel at
ah,
all.
gotcha. Okay. But yeah, so that was this
Mm.
Spinal Tap 2. The end continues there. Um, probably not gonna get a Spinal Tap 3, you think?
Uh, you know what? Anything's possible.
I mean,
It
these
might, you
guys.
know what? Mark Reiner might actually just put just might have them in their caskets and just do a funeral of Spinal Tap.
Yeah. I mean, better hurry up. I mean, these dudes in their 70s, man.
No, they'll just wait. Yeah, exactly. He'll just have the funeral of Spinal Tap, and they'll
Yeah.
do like a commentary before they die, so that when they're actually dead, they'll just be talking over it.
Maybe that'll be like they'll do one where Spinal Tap 3, like you said, but they die, and then it's Rob Reiner doing a documentary about them, and then it's like kind of like a Michael Jackson documentary, like he's going around interviewing all the people that knew him and everything like that. So
Yeah,
reflecting on Spinal Tap, and it's like, oh yeah, those guys were fucking assholes and they sucked, and there's people that like, I don't know, that probably you could make some decent material out of that.
yeah. That's a. I do like that at one point. Oh my god, Michael Keane as David. Uh, he says at one point, it's like, in my youth, I would have been very excited for this and whatever, but unfortunately, my anger and ego has gotten in the way. It's really a weakness of my character. I'm
Mm.
just like, what?
Oh,
Like,
well,
he occasionally would say some shit that I'll be like, "Oh, okay. All right, that got a chuckle out of me."
yeah. So yeah. All right. We're gonna move on to this next review, and
This'll be
yeah,
quick.
head out of here. The show spot. He's still on right now.
Mm.
I don't know what the fuck he's watching now. Oh yeah, he's still watching the same movie. Okay, now this is the part where they build the actual house. Okay.
Yeah, look, I'm actually shocked he's allowed to watch it.
Yeah.
This movie is extremely violent. I'm actually really surprised that it's,
I don't know.
um
Well, maybe he'll get banned later on.
maybe, I don't, because, this movie is pretty violent.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Let me cue this up. Let me go ahead and get started on it. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Making good time. Making good time.
Mhm.
Very good. Got anything planned this weekend, or seeing a movie, or what?
Well, I think I'm just gonna be relaxing.
Okay. All right, people. So our final review of the day is going to be for the Jordan Peele executive produced film, him, because his name is all over this fucking thing. People
Mhm.
think that Jordan Peele directed this. It's like, well, it's got to be a Jordan Peele
He
movie,
did
right? His
not,
name?
in fact, direct this.
No, he
He just
didn't.
produced it through Monkey Paw Productions.
Just produced it through Monkey Paw Productions, like you said. They said, well, it's got to be him, right? It's a one-word title. Jordan Peele's known for doing that. Us, him, Nope. That's kind of like his thing, isn't it? But no, he isn't the director of this. He's just the executive producer. The director of this movie is Justin Tipping. Justin Tipping, he did a movie way back. He did a movie in 2016 called Kicks. Um, He's also done the TV show Dear White People. He did that TV show, which is on Netflix there. So, but this is his second feature film. This is his sophomore film here. I've not seen his other movie, Kicks. I've not seen that.
No.
But what's going on in this movie, Him? Well, you got a movie there starring Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers. Marlon Wayans plays a character by the name of Isaiah White, who in this is basically Tom Brady. He's basically a famous superstar quarterback here who's won 8 championships. He's a legend. He's an icon. People call him the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Mhm.
And then he's at the point in his life where there's questions like whether or not he's going to retire. It's like, is this going to be his final year? Is he going to hang it up? And then nipping at his heels is this young buck that's coming along, this huge college prospect there by the name of Cameron Cade there, who I said, like I said, is played by Tyreek Withers. People might have seen him this year. He was in that horror film, I Know What You Did Last Summer, the reboot remake of that one, which I did not like, but I thought he was good in it. I thought he was kind of one of the better parts in the movie. But he was in that recently this year. But yeah, he's the new star guy that's kind of poised to take the place of him to be the new face of this franchise for this football team called the San Antonio Savers there. So he's kind of poised that. But an incident happens to him there where he gets attacked, and then it kind of fractures him. People say the doctors tell him that, hey, if you continue to play football with this injury that you have, you might end up killing yourself, or it's going to be even a worse injury that you can't come back from. Maybe it's possible that you can't even play football ever again. But he's determined to do that. And then he kind of gets an opportunity where his mentor, his favorite player, Isaiah White, invites him out to his compound in the middle of this desert to help him train him. And it's like, hey, if you train with me and I think you're good, and I can tell the owners that, and then, hey, we can get you a shot, and you can finally go to
Shout out the big leagues, kid.
Shot at the big leagues, the NFL, even though they don't call it the NFL, it's like the USFF or some shit. It's like, it's
Oh,
the
yeah, I
NFL.
know. It's the NFL, whatever.
Yeah, but they give their own special name for it. But yeah, it's the NFL. Yeah, I was interested to see this movie because the trailers, I mean, I just played the trailer there. Interesting imagery, a lot of weird shit going on. Like I said, that Monkey Paw Productions on it, that label. I was like, okay, I'm interested to see kind of what's going on and what's happening here. And then it's kind of like Opus, which we saw this year, or that movie, The Front Room with Brandy, where it's like, okay, all this interesting imagery doesn't really amount to shit. Because when you see the movie, it's like, yeah, it feels like it's just weird to be weird. It's just like, this will look cool in the trailer, so we're just gonna put it in here because this will be eye catching and eye grabbing. I did like Marlon Wayans in the movie. I think he's one of the bright spots. Him and Tyreek Withers are probably the best spots of the movie. There, I do like some of the shots they do. I think Justin Tipping, he does some interesting creative shots there. Some of the camera work with that, but other than that, it's like it's a mismatch of all of these kind of different ideas. I'm going to elaborate on that further, but I'm going to get Dust. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, a little history for this movie. This was initially written. The speculative script was originally written by Zach Ackers and Skip Bronke, two individuals I'm not familiar with. And originally, the title of this movie was called GOAT, which referred to the sport term greatest of all time. It was put out for sale back in 2022, and Monkey Paw Productions bought the script. At the time, it was considered on the blacklist for scripts, which means it's one of the best unproduced screenplays of 2022. So a lot of people were like, man, I can't wait to get my hands on this speculative script. This is a really great concept. I really like the ideas here. Can't wait to punch this up. At that point in time, then it was turned into this movie. And Justin Tipping is the director for this. And he's also credited as the third and final writer. Let it be said, even though technically it says written by Skip Bronke and Zach Ackers, they have no say after they sold the script. It was auctioned off. It went on sale on the Endeavor Group Holdings, basically, in 2022. Monkey Paw Productions, in a deal with Universal Pictures, bought it. So Justin Tippings was announced. He basically is the sole proprietor writer over it. So I don't know anything about the original script. I haven't seen it. I don't know if Skip Bronke and Zach Ackers, what their original intention for the script is. I don't know how much it plays into this new one. And I don't know what additions the director did. But what I can say is I can see how Monkey Paw Productions would want to make a movie about this. The concepts in this movie are interesting. I do think that a lot of the concepts about it could have made a really interesting movie. And it could have made even a great movie about sportsmanship, gladiatorial expectations, the sacrifice of victory, the sacrifice of sports, the sacrifice of men onto the altar of entertainment and what they put their bodies through, and that it's a modern day gladiatorial arena. Who are your audience? Who is manipulating you? What are the drugs they pump you up full of in order to stay combative? What are the price you pay for it? The fandom around you and how both addicting and dangerous fandom is as a whole for this kind of a sport, that it almost becomes religious, especially in different U.S. United States and sports around the world have almost a fanatical religious, not even, I'm sorry, not fanatical, just very religious context in the zealotry it can for certain fans for
Mm,
sports. Not to say everyone as a whole, not at all, but some individuals can take it even further, and that's their life. I am the Bucking Broncos. I am the Red Sox or the Chicago White Sox, or they rep for their team. That's who
mm,
they are. And there's a lot that can be explored in this. I think that's a great concept. And I say all this because the execution of this movie is unfortunately very poor.
mm,
A lot of those ideas are present here, but they're just not executed as well as they could have been. And I think it was a big mistake, no matter how talented the director was, for this to be a sophomoric effort. This would be a hell of a thing, even for a very experienced director to get their hands on. But for
mm.
this, their second time in, and their previous film was a 2016 smaller budget movie, Kicks. And aside from that, they've done other works here and there, some television, couple episodes here and there. I just don't think this was the kind of script, especially for the concepts it's throwing around and the budget throwing it around, would have warranted for such a director. And I say that even knowing that some amazing directors are out there and they haven't even gotten a single shot.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it's just wasted potential. It's
Yeah,
always sad when you see a movie with
that's
so
what
much
hurts the most.
so much potential where you could see where it could go, and it was like, man, this could be really great if you execute this properly. And like
Mhm.
all the things you said about, it's all these different ideas of cult like fandoms. We see that a little bit in the movie where you have these fans who like are outside his compound that are like, it's like, they're just sitting there just waiting for him, or like they
They
worship this.
worship him.
Like it's like, he's won all this championships for them, and this this cult like fandom behavior. Even the driver, just in case you didn't get it, even says like when he's driving Cameron Cate to his place,
Yeah.
is like they're like a cult. It's like, okay, I
You're
got
like,
it.
yeah, no shit.
you know um and but when they don't really amount to much in the
No,
movie, really. I mean, there's
that's
like
the big crux of this movie.
just a lot of things that just don't amount to much. I mean, they come back later in the story in this weird random way, but
Mhm.
they're just kind of disposed of. Then you talked about, yeah, the other element here of what athletes have to put their bodies through. There's that aspect of it. There's the aspect of the exploitation of the athlete, of
The
you know
physical and mental sacrifices and just the things they go through.
the things that they go through there. There's that. I mean, you have a doctor in this who's played by Jim Jeffries,
Mhm.
who's a comedian. He's like the doctor there on site for them.
Yeah, Tim
And
Heidecker is in this.
Tim Heidecker, who's, yeah, another comedian who's the agent to Cameron Cade, to Tyreek Willis' character. Yeah, he's the agent there. And he's always good to see Tim Heidecker.
Mhm.
But yeah, you have this doctor in it, Jim Jeffries, who plays it, who out of everybody who like it's just like one of those situations like in the horror movies where everybody's fucking weird and
Yeah.
everybody's acting strange, but he seems like one of the people that's actually kind of normal, that's actually reacting appropriately to everything that's
Yeah, you're
going on.
like, "Yeah, this is weird, man. I don't know about this."
He's trying to confide in Cade and trying to give him maybe like some subtle hints, like, "Hey man, get the fuck out of here, man. This is fucking weird." But yeah, and he's constantly just like shooting him up with needles, just constantly just going up to him, just shooting
Yeah,
him with
he never
something.
asks what's in it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, all right. But it has that aspect to it. Um,
But
you
that
know,
also is another aspect of it, like, well, what do you put your trust in?
yeah, yeah. I mean, so it has that. Yeah. So that was kind of just, yeah, the things that are just kind of come in and then dropped in the movie, that it's just too many ideas. And maybe if you focused on one or two of these things and just try to focus on
Yeah.
executing those properly, it would have been a much solid, better movie than what we turned out with. With that, but and then I reviewed the movie Together with
Mhm.
Nick. That was the movie with Dave Franco and Allison Brie. And one of my criticisms of that movie was that I felt like it over-explained too much. Like it was trying to explain what was happening to them too much. Here,
It's the
I
opposite.
here's the opposite. I required some more explanations. Like, what the fuck is like? I don't even them trying to explain. I was like, what that doesn't make sense, or I don't get what's going on, or them trying to explain some shit. It's like, what? It's like, I was like, I didn't get any of that. I mean, did you feel that way as well?
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of this is a the ambiguity can go very well with horror. It's its bread and butter. There's a famous quote about what you don't see, and that was the old adage for old Hollywood. You never show the devil. You never show the devil. You always show him in shadow in the background. You let the imagination of people fill in the blanks. What's out there? What's actually behind that door? What's behind that? You let the person's mind, because they're going to come up with a thousand times more something better than what you can. But if you can match that level of fear visually and imagery, you can knock it out of the park. You,
Mm.
but you have to match that level of fear. You has to get there, and that's the biggest crux here. I should say is a lot of this is the ambiguity is there, but you're like, but for what reason? It just feels ambiguous or just not explained for no other reason than, well, then that just happened. Well, moving on. It's pretty blasé. You're like, wait, you just did this thing. What? Why aren't you reacting normally?
Mm.
You're still this way. Like, you need to have consistency in character, and that's a big thing here. I understand the cult mentality and those other aspects, but he doesn't act normal through most of it.
You talking about Tyree Withers or?
Yeah,
I think he has
with
a hard job because he's
yeah,
mostly just reacting to things. Like he just kind of is like,
yeah,
oh, what the fuck? It's like that's
yeah.
fucking weird. Oh shit! Like
Yo, man, I don't know.
like that's crazy. you know,
It's
like
crazy, bro.
damn.
I mean, I know. I think he does a fine enough job. That already he does a fine enough job. He has the hardest position. I think. Marlon Wayans. I actually think he's one of the better parts in this. There are moments when he tries to be creepy. Then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of sort of getting it. There's a moment where he tries to make a bet. It's like the best moment in the movie when he tries to make a bet with the main character, and he goes,
Yeah,
"If you
Cameron.
can hit this, I'll give you whatever you want, anything you want. But if you miss, I'll take your youth." I'm like,
Mm.
ooh, okay. What are you gonna do with this? And nothing gets brought up of it.
yeah,
Like, are there's like demonic elements in it, supernatural elements in it, but it's like barely. And I'm like, pick something.
you
Pick
know.
something you're gonna go with and go all the way with it, or because you have a lot of great ideas.
Uh,
Just settle on a few of them and execute them well.
yeah.
Because otherwise you're just leading a bunch of loose ends that go nowhere.
Mm. Yeah, it's just like stuff that's like elements like okay, occult type stuff, and there's this stuff with blood. It's like, but what does this blood
Wait, what
do?
does
Or
that mean?
and it's like okay, and then he's saying all these, Marlon Wayne's character saying all these weird cryptic things, and it's like, what is this supposed to mean? What is it supposed to amount to?
Mhm.
Um, and then for an ending that is just even more confusing when the movie first fucking started. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. When the
That's why I
twists get
want to.
revealed, you're like, "What?"
That's why I want to do like a spoiler review of it because I
Yeah.
was like, what the just to talk about all these details, like what the fuck is this? Like clearly, I mean, I get what it's supposed to
Yeah.
symbolize and what it's supposed to mean. Like that's not lost on me, but how we got from point A to here to point B, that road is all fucked up. There's curves and swerves
Yeah.
and it goes all up and down. It's like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
what's real, what's not, and not in Jacob's ladder. What's real, man? What's actually happening? What's in his head? What's this? Is he really seeing that? It's like, nah, but for real, can you just tell me what's going on?
Like throughout the movie, he's having all these visions and
Yeah.
hallucinations. So I thought it was like, I don't
Okay,
know,
is that in his
maybe
head? Is that really happening? What's going on?
at the end it was gonna be like, oh, this is what it's like to be inside somebody's head who has CTE. Like he's still in the
Oh yeah,
hospital.
no, that's I thought. If they did that, I was like, oh, okay.
like
Still kind of
it,
lame, but all right.
like that's what I thought. Maybe it's like, oh, is he still in the hospital? Maybe it's gonna be revealed at the end and he's just all imagining this because it's like this is just okay, this is fucking just weird to just be weird. Like I said, just shit that's just it feels like you just put it in there to make it in the trailer. I don't know. And maybe to Justin Tipping, it all makes sense and it all is supposed to symbolize something
I get the
important.
feeling this is a. I get the feeling there might have been studio interference in this.
Mm,
I get a feeling like this is a mixed bag situation. I don't think anyone's happy with how this fully went
yeah.
because there's some visuals I'm like, okay, visually it's all right. But for what happens and the money spent in this thing, I'm like, something happened.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially because this is a bottleneck movie. You never even go to the full field.
yeah.
You're mostly spending this one location. So where'd they
Mm,
spend all the money?
mm,
And again, I like the ideas. I like that at first he starts off as kind of like, "Oh, I thanks for giving me this chance, and I really want this." But then, and he gets more and more aggressive as time goes on, and he's like, and Marlon Wayans keeps going like, "How far are you going to push it, man? Do you really? How much do you really want this? How much do you want to succeed? What do you want?
mm,
And what do you really want? Are you willing to put it in because it requires sacrifice?"
mm.
And if you really want something like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And like, and then pain starts becoming something he's not afraid of. And
Yeah.
it almost becomes celebratory in moments of like, you stop feeling as much pain. Good. Then you can push past your limits. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, again, the,
In a sport where violence is
yeah,
rewarded. I mean, that's
exactly. And you're like,
yeah.
okay, I see what you're going with here. There's a lot here, and there's a lot underlying here, and I like that idea. You don't even have to add any supernatural elements to it, and just the sacrifice of it. But if you're gonna add bits of supernaturalness to it, just go for it, man, because you already have all the elements here. But even if you kept it super grounded, it's still a heartbreaking situation of a guy pushing their butt. It's basically like the sport. It would be the sports version of oh my god, the Whiplash.
Oh, yeah, Whiplash,
It'd be
yeah.
like sacrificing your entire body, devoting yourself to an entire purpose, which is
Killing yourself, yeah.
basically killing who you were to become something you're not, or to something you want to represent.
Mm, yeah. Which, again, that would've been like, if you focus mainly on that,
Yeah.
and then that would've probably been good, but you also try to bring I think, a racial element that's here as
Oh,
well that's
yeah.
half-baked.
Then I'm just like, all right, man, come on. We got too many things in here.
You know, like I said, like, that's half-baked as well.
You could
So it's
split
like
this into three movies. And this could have been, I'm serious. You could have made an anthology, and you could have made an anthology movie or an anthology miniseries, 4-episode miniseries, and they're all different aspects of a through line of a single theme of
mm,
sports and called the GOAT or GOAT.
yeah.
And it's all the different aspects. One's supernatural, one's grounded, one's kind of a mix of both, one's or a little science fiction or whatever. And then the final one that kind of wraps it around and wraps the previous three together thematically and ends on a more like or a somber or hopeful or whatever you're trying to say in that anthology. You could split these ideas. Like one of them's are about if you want to add racial stuff, that one's about the racial on top of other things you put in. One's about sacrificing your mental capacity, your body. One's the body and the trauma that you go through and that no one's there
They
after you succeed.
They kinda try to because,
Yeah.
like I said, he spends a week at this place there at Marlon Wayans' character's this
Yeah.
compound mansion, well, it's not a mansion, more just like a compound type
Yeah.
thing,
It's
but
just a
under
it's just a private compound.
and they have, like, day 1 and day 2, and they flashes on the screen, and each day is supposed to represent something, like, day 1
Right.
is, like, this is the fun day, you know, and then this other day is vision, this other day is sacrifice, this other day is, whatever,
Yeah.
and they just kinda pop on the screen and everything like that. It's like, okay, alright, again, that doesn't they don't really do much with that.
Yeah, you don't have to flash a thing on the screen for me to understand the purpose of it. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I can
Uh
see with my eyes, I can hear with my ears. I
uh,
see what's it's a moving picture, I can understand it.
yeah,
Like I said, man, I think this would have worked better as mini a brief miniseries, $20 million for 4 episodes of a miniseries, each being like an hour long or some
mm,
change. And you get a through line, you get different things, but they're all under the same theme of the GOAT. What are you willing to sacrifice, or what have you sacrificed to be the best?
yeah. Yeah, it's just it just doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
anything in
Oh,
here.
yeah.
The mythology of,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it
Well, oh,
just
we haven't even gotten to that part.
yeah, like, that's all confusing. Like, it just if like I said, if you explained it a little bit more, you don't have to be super in detail about everything, but the way they're kinda laying it all out, especially the reveal at the end, it's like,
Oh,
"What?"
yeah.
It's like, "Okay." That kind of got me. Um, yeah, I mean, other than visually and I think some decent performances from the two leads, it really doesn't have anything else going for it. Like it failed by the story of it, by the writing of it, by the fact that it has all these ideas that are not fully developed and half baked. Um, and all that kind of going for it. Like I said, if you just focused on maybe a couple of things, like you would have been able to do fine. But then trying to add on all these subjects, plus we're going to add in this horror supernatural element into it as
Yeah.
well. Like that also kind of confuses things and muddies the waters. And it's disappointing, because I think you could see where this could have been great, and you could see like visually this movie is very interesting and intriguing. But and yeah, it could have been really good. That's what's disappointing. It's like wasted potential of a film. And it's just super disappointing in that element and realm. Like this scene right here, that's a good scene. I think
Yeah.
this is a pretty decent scene here. And there's some decent scenes where he's training with him that are pretty like intense. There, like there's a clip online I saw of him where he's doing where they're they're doing the padded practice
Mhm.
and they're going at it. Like that's pretty decent, I think, when they're doing that one. But yeah,
There are isolated scenes on their own that are pretty solid, but as a cohesive whole, it don't make don't no sense.
yeah. And I wish like I said, if we did a spoiler talk of it, we can get deeper into it and get into like stuff that's just confusing as fuck. Like this doesn't make sense. Like what?
Yeah.
But yeah. So for me, I'd give it. Oh man. I'd give it a low stream it. A kind of a low stream it. Yeah. What about for you?
This is the worst part of the job, really, because it's one thing to dunk on something that was bad and have fun with it. It's the best part of you. It may have sucked watching it, but hey, you can talk about it all you want and kvetch about it. And it's the times you get the best work, you're so happy to talk about it. I love talking about stuff that we really enjoyed. This is this is the worst one because it's the wasted potential. She could have seen it, it could have been good. It could have been great. And instead it's not even it's not quite mediocre because there's elements in it that are strong. There are concepts in it that are strong, but it's failed in its execution. It's failed in its cohesiveness. It's failed in its wraparound story elements and what it's trying to do. The ingredients are good. It's just the usage of the ingredients, how it was utilized and where it was utilized, and the different concepts and everything in between, and just the story and narrative as a whole and its wrap up. The performances are good and fine. They're okay. And the concepts are solid. Uh, but I can't, it just never rises above those elements. It never can, it just can't. And that's a shame because the concepts in here are really fascinating. I just wish it focused on one and could tell a specific narrative that's trying to go for instead of trying to tell a bunch of different ones and not being able to tell one specifically well. Becomes a jack of all trades and a master of none. And because of that, I have to give it a skip it, man.
Say
Skip
no.
it. Oh shit, sorry.
It's all right. No, yeah, it's mic drop moment. I know. It's
um
the highest skip it I've ever given because it's so close to being a rental,
mm,
but I just can't justify it because you can just watch clips online and you have a better understanding, not understanding what the story is by watching those clips. You'll get
yeah.
more out of it watching clips of the movie than the movie as a whole.
This is like it's like R-rated Nike commercial.
Yeah,
It's like a
that's a great
extended,
way of putting it. Yeah, it's an R-rated Nike commercial.
it's like what the fuck is like okay, in a commercial you don't really think about because it's like it's got a minute to grab your attention and
Oh
you're
yeah,
like, okay, it's cool images, cool, all right, that's nice. Yeah, if
somebody
you
could do a great like chop and screw with this movie and make the greatest 10-minute Nike commercial of R-rated Nike commercial of all time.
yeah, yeah, probably a more consumable that way.
Oh, very much so.
Because this movie's an hour and 35. It feels a lot longer.
It does. It
It
does
feels
feel
like two
longer,
hours.
especially
Um,
because it not a lot happens.
yeah. I mean, you just okay. He wakes up playing football. Some strange
Yeah.
shit happens. Then wakes up,
Oh,
plays
on to the next
football.
day.
Strange strange shit
Well, that
happens.
happens. Yeah, same
Okay,
thing. Well,
all
oh,
right.
that's weird.
Then some more strange shit happens. It's like, all right,
Oh,
okay.
and then it's like, oh, there's some strippers here. Cool.
Yeah, it's just like you're just waiting to get to the end of like, okay, is this gonna be worth it? If the ending
Yeah.
comes and it's not worth it, it's like
No,
it's really not.
it's a damn
Uh
shame too.
yeah. So I give it a stream it. Thus gives us a skip it for high skip it though for him.
Yeah.
All right. Is that all that we do? Is that all the pronoun movies there? Him,
Well, we had
her.
her, which was a far better movie.
There was a they them. They did that movie,
I
they
think they are.
them.
Yeah, they did a they them. I mean, way back in the day, there was the ant movie called Them.
Mm,
It's the
okay.
famous ant horror movie. Great little B movie. Them.
Yeah.
So I think all the pronouns have been taken.
Have they
I
done a
know
she?
you has been taken, definitely.
Yeah. Have they done a she? She?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they've done a she.
Okay. You said they've done you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've done you.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess they this completes the pronoun film series with him. I guess. So they got all the ones. Yeah. All right. We're gonna be heading out of here, people. Thank you so much, Dust. Thanks for joining me, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, of course.
As always, I'll be back Wednesday with Sage from Rated M Family Trivia. We're gonna be doing Alien Earth, and we're gonna be doing some news, and then we're gonna be doing also their do, 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 uh what did I just say? I just I just said Alien Earth there, and then we're also doing something else there as their Wednesday. But yeah, be there though. Follow us on all social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, the afternoon at gmail.com if you want to send us any questions, comments, concerns there, so you can be keeping track of our latest shows and what we're going to be doing there. So yeah, but Wednesday, that's what I got planned: Alien Earth with Sage, and then also the news. Friday, hopefully Dusk and Nick can join me next
Sweet.
Friday there. One battle after the other. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to talk about it. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully I love it. The new Paul Thomas Anderson film. Again, apparently some people are. I don't know if this is just recency bias, but some people are saying this is the best Paul Thomas Anderson movie ever. This is better than There Will Be Blood. This is better than that one. So I was like, oh, okay. Probably just maybe recency bias, but that people are that hyped on it. And then I'll see if I can watch The Strangers Chapter 2. I don't know if you're going to try to watch that, but that is coming out. But yeah, that's what we got planned stream wise. I'm gonna send you all over to Chill, the Chill spot there. He's still on. He's still streaming.
He's still
The
watching a Lars von Trier movie.
No, he's actually done now.
Oh,
So he's paused. He's done with that. So I don't know.
I'm
Ask his.
pretty sure he got to the point where it's like, oh, I can't watch this on Twitch.
I'll ask him when I hop in there. But yeah. So that's all we got, people. Thank you to Dust. Thank you for these movies here that we saw.
Yep.
All right, people. Stay tuned out of here. Peace.